Charlie Fox here with Chubwagon Monsters, and we're back today, day 3 of the Memorial Day Estes Park Art Market Show here in Vaughn Park.
Charlie, I see you. I see you. I'm right above you.
Well, hello there, Clarence.
Hi.
This is Clarence. You guys know how the Twills are. They like to cause problems from time to time.
I'm going to be on camera today.
You are on camera today.
All day.
Famous.
Famous.
Can you spell famous?
Nope.
I believe.
Can't spell.
P-H-A-M-U-S.
R-O-S.
Famous.
E-A-N-N-E.
It's just like when you spell pterodactyl, duh. P is in pterodactyl. P-T, just the P is
R-O-S-E-A-N-N-E.
Hello, hello. Yeah, oh, I bet. Welcome to the Chubwagon Monster booth. All the stuff in here is a bunch of creepy, cute monster stuff. Thanks. Those are called cave twillos. They're a little subspecies of monster that got stuck in a cave at one point and evolved into that. Now they don't see very well and they communicate by clicks and whistles. So you could. They're a little. They're made of burlap.
Kind of scratchy for a baby.
Yeah, they will definitely hold up. They're all handmade by me, and they're designed to be. They're designed to last for a very long time.
Yeah.
Probably longer than you want it to. Thank you. They have a whole lifeline to them. So these characters up here, these are called twits. This is the in-between form of my twillos. And twillos are hunted for their burlap by other monsters for clothing in my comic book series Chubwagon Monsters. Isn't that crazy? Yeah. So they have to fix each other all the time. And they do come back, but in the books, they get ransacked down to just the fluff afterwards because the skins have been taken.
Yikes.
The fluff will eventually coalesce back into a little baby form here called the Dippy-Doo. This is the larval form of the twillo. The parents or the adults will eventually take all the little babies and hang them up in their tree house where they live. And from there, the little babies will just do nothing but just chatter and talk trash to the adults. And the more chattering they do over time, they start to grow and they start to have a body that comes out like a plant. The face comes down. And this pointy part here becomes the hood.
Oh,
And they become a full-size twillo again. And that's basically the life stage of how they grow in the book. Yeah.
really creative.
Thank you so much. Yeah, it's been a lot of fun creating them and working on them through the years. And everything's starting to come to now,
How long does it take you to make one big one?
So the big ones, the fastest I've been able to get one done is about 11 hours sitting to get one done. That's a little more basic one where I don't have as much flair in it.
Yeah, sure.
But like this would probably be my most involved one. This one here was about 30 hours. The fingers took a long time. A lot of molding with the hood to get it to be able to do all this turning. This all here. So there's probably about a mile and a half of stitching in this. I would think. I went through probably 2 whole holes. It is crazy. I'm guessing on that, but it's a lot of stitching. And you can hold it. They're heavy. So
They are heavy.
they're heavy. Yeah. So that would be like what I call like a top shelf twillo. where I put- and I usually judge it by the amount of hours I put in. So that's the most involved one I have at that size. What is this? So this is a twillo. Yeah, this guy's name is Dalton, by the way. So yeah, he's like a Dalton. Yeah, he's the leader of the twillos because he has phalanges.
I can pick things up and
So
move
the
them around.
rest of them aren't there yet. But yeah, we like for something like that where he's got all this crazy patterning, unique buttons, all that stuff. And then I have more of a little bit smaller, not so involved.
I like his
But
sad face.
a really good solid. These are probably my favorite ones. Typically in the book, twillos are more commonly in these earth tone colors.
Yeah.
I have some colorful ones here, but they don't exist as frequently. So yeah, very cool. Yeah, they have, like I said, the whole lifeline is what I enjoy talking about.
Yeah.
And
really neat.
I'm drawing issue 3. Will have some panels there showing twillos actually growing.
Oh yeah. And you illustrate the.
I do. Yeah, I draw the comic and write it, and I also paint the skateboard. So yeah.
Oh, I didn't see the skateboard.
Yeah, I got a few left over here. These
Oh,
are all
these are awesome.
exclusive characters from the book as well.
That's cool.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Mishka, that's what your bones look like. Like little kid bones?
Yeah.
That's
Well,
right.
they have their bones on the outside. They don't wear them on the
Yeah,
inside.
see?
Yeah.
That way we can fight with them.
Yeah.
That's right.
Aha.
Yeah, if you see a bone on your outside, not a good day.
Not a good day.
Or is it? How'd you get it?
So
That's
in
the
comics,
question.
The Twillos will carry around oversized like sewing needles with them, and they use them to fence each other and fix each other, of course. And if they're not
Right.
using them, they just hook them back into their bags and go on with their merry day.
Good imagination.
Skateboards are really cool.
Thanks. Yeah, here's what the Twillos look like in the comics.
Oh, that's the same guy over there.
Same guys, yeah, just have them upside down.
Oh, very cool.
Yeah.
Oh man, this is awesome. Very cool.
Yeah, right on. Well, thanks for stopping by, y'all. Enjoy the rest of the show. Isn't that fun, man? That's right there. That's why this is so fun to do. I love talking to people about my weird monster ideas. You know? This guy's doing the splits kind of hard. Come on, little buddy, don't be shy. Oh, this is definitely this. You see this guy here? See this? Can you see that?
I think we can see it.
If you're a twit aficionado, this is what you would call a pocket pooper.
A pocket pooper?
Yeah, you can fit them in your pocket. You can tell people you have a piece of poop in there.
Piece of poop?
Yep.
So,
Or a twit, whatever.
do you put it in case you gotta poop?
Maybe.
Oh,
Yeah. And you can hang it too.
so you can hang it from your pooper.
Earring, good guy. Yay! I don't know if the poop will hold it, but you can try. Hang it from earrings. You can use it as a lip ring. You can use a nose ring. I know those work out pretty good here. You can use them as a.
Charlie, I hear a motorcycle. Is Hop here? Is Hop showing up? I think Hop is here.
No, that motorcycle's made of metal.
That's made of metal?
Metal's
Then
made.
how did Hop make his?
Wait, is Hop's motorcycle made out of wood?
Yeah, that's what makes it so amazing. He made like an actual mechanical working motorcycle out of wood.
Out of wood.
Yes, even the combustion engine part of it out of wood.
Huh.
Maybe they have wood that's on their planet that's stronger than metal that we have here.
Like titanium wood.
Yeah, the wood structure on the world of Petra Vita, some of the wood there is stronger than any metal we have here because of the way the trees grow.
Oh.
Yeah, the fibrous, dense wood that is grown, especially sunset trees, is so dense that it can be used in replacement of metal with the good properties of wood. It's pretty cool.
Just think how strong the dueling daisy heads are.
Yeah, that's why their knocking sounds can be heard throughout the land of Petra Vita. It's like the decimal levels of two dueling daisies headbutting each other is so loud. It's probably equivalent to like a rock concert.
Yeah.
Hits.
Metallica's playing in the background.
So that's about how loud it is. And every day they grow. So dueling daisies grow in pairs, and when they grow as one bulb, and that bulb separates into two. So they're really just one plant. But every day, one plant is actually more dominant than the other one.
So it changes.
It changes.
So it's like a marriage.
It is kind of like a marriage, yeah. And how they decide who's dominant is whoever is knocking the other one's face harder that day. And that's pretty much how that goes.
Once again, kind of like a marriage.
Yeah, and they get stronger and stronger as they do that. So it's like movie TIE fighters that use like banana trees to kick, and they use that to get their shins all bristled up. Well, that's what those guys do. They get their faces all bristled.
All they gotta do is skateboard for a few years.
Yeah, they could. If they had legs, they totally would be skaters.
Your shins get more calluses than anything else.
What does my dad always say? You can't judge a character. You can always judge a character by the rigidity of their shins. I'm just kidding. My dad doesn't say that. That's off of Futurama. I'm not gonna. It's a funny line.
It's a funny line though.
Because it's true, man. The more rigid your shins are, it usually tells the character of that person.
How?
I don't know.
Now I'm just curious
I
on
know,
who
right?
came up with that line.
I don't know. It's a very Matt Groening
Oh yeah.
humor line. My dad always said, judge the character of a man by the rigidity of his shins.
Mother Virginia.
Rigidity. That's a hard word to say. Rigidity. Say it with me, folks. Rigidity. Rigidity is your spine.
You're saying it a little quiet, so it sounds like you're saying it with a V.
Rigidity. Rigidity.
Not a V, an R.
So it's day 3. It's a Monday. 12:24 here in Estes Park. And yesterday we kind of had to fight weather. The weather was okay up here, but down the hill from us, Front Range, pouring all day. So we had a lot of, say, missed opportunities of people not coming out. Today, I think we have a little more of a crowd right now. It's sunnier, so hopefully it'll stay that way if people want to keep enjoying the day as it is. So we'll see. Claws crossed, right?
Claws crossed. But there's only 2.
There's only 2. Yeah, I know. Ninja Turtle hands.
I mean,
Ninja Turtles. Wait, hold on. They would do this. So pretend this is a finger and these are fingers.
what do I do?
Ooh, that hurts.
What, you can't cross all of them?
Cross your fingers.
Noah will sit there and just hold his fingers all crossed all weird.
Because he has butter bones.
Butter bones.
Bone buds. They're still growing. Hey folks, how are y'all?
Does this have catnip in it?
No catnip. That's a good idea. Though.
That
I
is a
have
great
catnip in my
idea.
Backyard.
I do too.
Yeah.
Then it wouldn't scare the cats off the bed anymore.
No, it wouldn't.
It'd attract them to it.
What's the human form of catnip? Don't say it.
Well, here in Colorado,
Yeah, don't say it. We're a family channel.
this is a family business. This is what Charlie does all day. He just moves one Twillo from one spot to another until someone sees it.
This time, I will paint your pants blue.
Charlie, don't forget about me hanging up here.
I kind of feel like it's the ever-evolving table. You know, maybe the random way we set things up didn't quite strike that patron's fancy, so we changed it up, and then all of a sudden they come back over here. They're like, where have you guys been? And I'm like, I just moved 2 things.
Let's just move.
And all of a sudden they're like, this is awesome. Let me buy everything. So you never know. Now, I just want to let you guys know, I do have an all package offer if you want to buy everything here, and I can just leave. You just buy everything.
And we can go home.
You get the table.
You got to break down.
You got to break it all down, and you can take all this stuff. You don't own the brand. You just own the tent and the stuff in here. You can do all that. I'll sell you the entire tent, all my Twillos, whatever comics I brought today, which will give you enough to probably start your own business with.
Yeah, you could be the side. You could be the other tent.
Yeah, you can be the middleman.
The middleman. Yeah.
The middleman.
The reseller.
So just give me like, I'll sell you all this stuff today for 40 G's. Come PayPal me 40 G's, come up here, take over, I leave for the day. We're
They
good.
have PayPal and Venmo.
Let's go. This is all yours. And then I'll go home and
Until
make
you-
new stuff, and I'll get a new tent with the money you've made that I made from the sale. And then we'll both have a lot of cool stuff. And then you start selling, you give me like, percentage because you are selling Chubwagon watches. So, that is kind of my
So,
brand. Just a little bit.
so you're trying to franchise now.
Maybe I'm kind of franchising here without being obvious about it. So,
A franchise without calling it a franchise.
yeah. That's probably how we're gonna get this started. Someone's gonna have to come up, buy the whole dang table for me.
Yep. Buy the brand.
Yeah.
I'll
Not the brand.
Not the brand. No,
Just
no,
the
no.
stuff. Just the stuff, so you can have weird things to sell at your store.
Tables and all.
Yeah. I'll just buy new gear. No big deal.
I mean, it'll take us a while to catch back up.
Okay, let me ask you a question. What is your favorite cover? Issue 1, I call it Blazing Front. Or issue 2, with the crew getting chased by the Boom Crusher. Is that in frame?
Yeah.
What's your favorite cover? Issue 1 or issue 2?
Number 1, camera 1, camera 2.
Better 1, better 2. Better 1, better 2.
Me personally, I'm a fan of the cover of 2. I think it's a lot more dynamic, and you can tell like the juxtaposition in like the artwork from I guess 10 years ago versus now is so
A little different.
it's a little different, but you can see how much it's the same. So like you can tell how much it's grown.
Yeah, yeah.
So, I mean, me personally,
It's been an evolution. Sorry guys, I'm throwing my sunglasses back on. There's like a pretty strong glare around here. My eyes get kind of tired, so I will take them off in a minute. Let my eyes kind of relax for a second. Well, hello. How are y'all doing? Good. How are you? Doing good. Thanks for asking.
you hear Charles in the background. You're like, huh?
That's my legal name. It's Charles.
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 Hey,
Go by Charlie. It's a little more easygoing.
hey, man. One of the greatest Charles is Charles Emerson Winchester,
That's right.
the third.
The third of elderberry.
Anyone? Can anyone tell me where that's from? If you can guess it, if anyone in the chat can guess who Charles Emerson Winchester the third is, I'll give a free sticker to someone. Don't look it up though. That's cheating.
Can't look it up. You know, we know you're gonna look it up.
I know. Who had look it up?
Hold
right?
on. Let me bust out the Googles. But you better not. You better. Google will give you its AI. They're gonna give you wrong information.
Then it might
on
give
your
you wrong
toes.
information.
I was looking up. Okay, so I was looking up the Stanley. You know, the Stanley here in Estes Park. And I was doing it with like some hockey stuff, and they were like, "Oh yeah, the Stanley is part of Lord Stanley from the Stanley Cup." This was like the first information that came up, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." That's totally wrong information. Lord Stanley here had nothing to do with the Stanley Cup. Stanley
yeah.
Steamer, yes, but it was telling me that,
Stanley Steamer.
yes, they were telling me though that he was also associated with the Stanley Cup, and I was just looking that information up. But this was like the first thing that came up in my Google search. Just totally wrong information.
Google AI.
And like here I am telling my dad, like, "Hey Dad, did you know that the Stanley here actually had something to do with Stanley Cup?" He's like, "Oh, cool." And like I'm over here like spreading ignorant misinformation. And
Lies.
it was
The
a total
lie.
and I started doing more research and like I was like, that
I'm
was
wrong.
completely wrong.
I'm
sorry.
I feel like an idiot.
I was using the internet to get my information.
The all-knowing.
Go figure, since we broke the internet.
We did.
We ruined it. We're gonna have to start a new internet.
Wait, starting a new internet.
That's not that crazy to think
The
about.
outernet.
Yeah, we're gonna need a new internet.
We'll
We're gonna
call it-
let's take the dark web and turn it into the new internet. Let AI have this internet and just destroy everything.
Give it to
and
the
just Be
bots.
absolute just brain rot AI trash all day long.
Leave it to China and the bots.
Yeah, let them all have fun and talk to each other, and we'll start a new internet with just people only. And then we'll have that one until some tech idiot comes along and destroys everything again, and then we'll do another one again. Way to go, tech bros!
That's-
Tech bros!
that-
Tech bros!
It
Y'all
sounds
the
like
new,
normal society.
y'all are like the new car salesmen. Y'all are.
And here we are.
Here we are,
Selling like car salesmen right now.
selling stuff that I made.
At least you made it. It's
How
not like,
ironic.
it's not like car salesmen make the car.
Yeah, no, yeah, exactly.
I mean,
What's
they-
up, y'all? How you doing? Welcome to the Chubwagon Monster Table. Yeah, so all these monsters you see are actually from the comic book series Chubwagon Monsters. And these characters over here are the baby forms and teenage forms of my Twillos. And they have like a life stage to it. So in the book they get hunted for their burlap by other monsters for clothing. So they're always getting ransacked. You get reduced down to fluff, but the fluff grows back into a baby. These little larvae. Eventually they get bigger, and they'll take them and hang them up in a tree house, and they'll grow out there. And eventually, from this point, they'll start to sprout a little tiny body, and the face migrates down, and this pointy part becomes the hood, and they become like a full-size Twillo again. So that's kind of how they grow out in the comic.
That's the evolution of a Chubwagon monster.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, 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 absolutely. I do need subscribers. Yeah, dude, let me give you a card, man. That means so much, man. Yeah, thank you so much. Yeah. That's awesome. Hello, how are you? Yeah, you know, that's been the disappointing thing with technology is in the last 2 to 3, I don't know, 2 to 5 years, technology has gotten so nefarious and everything out there is just trying to get you now. Just every software program, every app just seems to be like we're just the commodity now. We're no longer the customer. We're just being used. Data mined and everything. It's just frustrating. This tech used to be fun. It's not anymore. Where are we at in the chat right now? You have anybody in the chat?
We got a few people watching. No one's chatting. One.
Well, thanks for watching. Yeah.
Here, I'll hand you.
All 2 of you.
I'll hand you this, and you can watch and see if the chat pops up. See what they can say.
It's weird seeing myself in the past. Here I am in the present, and I'm looking at myself in the past. Whoa, it's like a time loop. Time loop, time loop. Okay, I'm done. Sorry. So what I need is a megaphone. So I can yell at people and be like, hey, do you like monsters that poop gold? Because that worked out pretty good back in the day. I used to be my pickup line at Comic Cons. Like, you like monsters that poop gold? The person would be like, yeah, I kind of think I do like monsters that poop gold. What's going on here? And they would walk up and stuff. Because Frump actually can poop gold. He's a nuclear fission reactor in the world of Petrovita. So one of the natural wastes, nuclear fission, and a star is gold. So why not have him poop gold occasionally? Anyways, yeah, it's a fun pickup line. You'd be surprised how many people are like, yeah, I'm all about that. That was a learning experience. I kind of did it at first to be just kind of like a shocking, you know. No, apparently it's not that crazy to think that you'd want an animal with poops gold. Fair enough, right? Oh, hey, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
Doing great.
Nice. How are sales?
Oh, they're doing great, actually.
Yeah?
Yeah, check it out.
Oh
Issue
my
2
god, you have
is
it!
here. Yeah. Yeah,
Oh
and
my
it's
god.
gorgeous. So
Oh, it's so beautiful.
Yeah.
You know I'll buy some for my library.
yeah, I
for
can't
my
wait to put them on the board in
kids.
there. So yeah,
Hey,
it just
hey,
came out a
this
week
is my
ago.
brother from another Mark.
Hi.
Mark, Charlie.
Nice to meet you, Mark.
Yep.
Okay.
Mark, Jill. Hi, yep, her kids.
How's it going, Charlie?
Jalen and Logan.
Jalen?
Nice
Jalen?
to meet you.
Logan.
These are so
Nice to meet you guys.
So what you been doing all winter?
This is what I've been
Making
doing,
these
just hunkering down and making toys and comics.
That's
Yeah,
awesome.
yeah.
Congratulations.
We've been doing pretty good, so yeah,
Good.
I'm excited. We've sold a lot of comic books.
Yeah.
And we've got a few Twillos out and some of the creepy cute toys and stuff. So
Nice.
yeah,
And you made the staples.
we did. Yeah, I've sold a few boards as well. I got 4 left. Yeah, they're all hand painted. They're all creatures featured from the comic book series. Which it's I'm always like surprised to kind of still stick around with the sell.
Right?
See, I'm not complaining, but it's always like the old stuff that sells first at the next show.
Oh,
And then my
interesting.
newer stuff sticks around and the next show that sells. It's like, yeah, it's really weird how it does that. It's not, you can't tell what's new and what's old. Yeah, like, for example, like my Twillos are super popular. We got a Twillo skateboard and hasn't been picked up yet. You know, it's like, like my front ones got all picked up. They were all snatched up real quick. Anyways, it's just fun what moves and what doesn't.
Yeah. Yeah.
And everything sticks around.
That's great. You guys busy?
Hey, how's it going, man?
Good. How are you?
Doing all right.
Good.
That's issue 1 right there, kicking off the story, and he just got done with issue 2, right?
She was telling me. Yeah.
Cool. Good.
And what's crazy is I was just telling him, you look inside that book, you can see all the artwork, and you're like, awesome. And then you look in this new one, you're like, holy crap, has he grown?
Right,
Like,
right. And that's what artists do, right?
That's
they
what
expand.
that's what a good artist does.
My brother was a comic book artist, like Marvel style, like the real.
Great time out here.
And you know, he tried to send a bunch of stuff into Marvel and DC, and
Oh, it's oversaturated.
this was in probably '82 or '83 that he did these big storyboards and sent them into Marvel, and they're like, they look great. Go to school, and it's like,
Whoa.
he's like, wait, I don't want to go to school.
Right,
So
that's
he
why
kinda-
I'm an artist.
Right.
I didn't want to go to
They
school.
wanted him to go to art school, and he was like, I'm good.
Yeah, no,
I am going to take it.
Charlie, the way he thinks about monsters, he's like, you know what, with humanoids and superheroes, there's so many rules
Right.
with like structuring how you build them and how you draw them. With monsters,
You can draw them any way you want.
it's whatever you want it to be.
Yeah.
It opens up a whole new world. Plus, the superhero market's so saturated. You know, there's a superhero with every single power.
Right.
You
Yep.
know? Like,
Those are fun, man.
yeah.
I
All
dig
the
this one.
yeah, that's his flagship Twillo. It's Dalton. He has fingers. He's the only one with fingers.
Okay, he's the only one with appendages, huh?
Yep.
We can't pick up things, but he can. That's why he's the leader.
That's Brian back there. He does all my
He's
voices.
your brother-in-law, right? Yeah.
Hi.
We met at a birthday party once.
Oh, okay.
Last year.
Yeah, you
The
know
whole family was
Crosby.
there.
you know,
Oh,
we
yeah,
got
yeah,
bands and
yeah,
stuff like that.
Yeah, my son.
We
We
have
did the voices of them.
Yeah.
Yep,
we got,
that's
awesome
me.
Pictures of the kids playing over the instruments in the backyard.
That's right. That's
Dropping a
right.
clarinet. We're like, ooh.
I know. Yep. Ah.
It was just fun because my dad's like a musician. I
How's
grew
he
up.
doing?
Oh, he's so much better.
Okay, good.
Man, we got this close. And
Hi, everybody. So, I need a Hulu or Netflix login so I can watch the Connors.
addressing
Can I watch the Connors? Do you have the Connors?
My dad got the
Or do you?
it has.
I'm waiting. Man.
Thank God for
It's like all the monsters, and then he's like, my dog.
I mean, I'm not kidding.
Yeah, only Roseanne, though. Before she dies. We don't like it when she dies. That was bad. That was real bad. And then the series just ended. Wait, you telling me there's more seasons?
Yeah, there's more seasons after Roseanne.
It's stupid.
Now, once he gets over like the initial like crappiness of like feeling bad when you get over that stuff,
Charlie,
yeah, yeah.
Mr. Muck showed up.
Mr. Muck Muck.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. Wow, that's a rare. Wow, that's a long freaking section. You guys can follow.
How dare he show up?
Yeah, he's got me on live, and there's this dude named Mr. Muck Muck who's been like stalking me for like the last 10 years.
Yep. No matter where Charlie goes, Mr. Muck Muck shows
Have you
up.
ever met him in person?
No, he just trolls me.
Yep.
That's what he does. He makes my life miserable.
Yep, but he's giving you likes.
Yeah, I think he's probably.
At least, hey,
It's in the algorithm.
at least he's watching.
There you go.
At least he's watching. That's all.
All the right buttons to push all the time. He's just been my troll stalker.
Troll stalker.
The cool thing is when you don't care, it bothers them.
I'm gonna make a sticker of you called Mr. Muck Muck.
Ooh, that's a good
It's
idea.
coming back, so I can fight back.
Good to see you. Yeah, absolutely.
I grabbed your card.
Awesome.
Call Mr. Muck Muck out. We know who you are. I think. Maybe. Probably not. It's probably a Twillo.
See ya.
It's probably a Twillo. It's probably Ghost.
I don't know, whatever it is, but I'm gonna make a sticker of you and a T-shirt. I'm gonna fight back. I know you like to troll me. You've been trolling me for 10 years. And it's time to fight back. I can do that. I can troll you too, Mr. Muck Muck.
It's gonna make the money off of Muck Muck.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go, bro. So Mr. Muck Muck, I'm not even kidding. If it's the Mr. Muck Muck I think it is, this dude has been, dude or dudette, or thing, it, I don't know, has been terrorizing me since literally from the Terror Radio days. That was like 14 years ago. Yeah,
How does he keep finding you?
I don't know. I mean, well, it's been easy to kind of follow me through like Terror and Chubwagon monsters.
I guess.
The dude's been trolling me for years.
But,
the amount
okay.
of like dedication someone would have. It's like Mr. Muck Muck might be my Joker. I don't know.
I don't know. You know what's crazy is the first weekend you do live streams and Muck Muck shows up.
I know. Here
It's
we
like,
are.
it's like he's been waiting for you.
That's what I'm saying. There's we're probably connected, dude. Just gonna let you know that you don't like me, but we probably were like brothers in another life or something.
Well, he's saying it's gonna flop.
Yeah, it's.
Muck Muck is saying your stuff's gonna flop.
Your stuff's gonna flop. Whatever, man. My stuff's not gonna flop. Your stuff's gonna flop. How's it going today?
Good. I'm gonna grab a couple of
Absolutely.
these. You guys have a website over there, right?
I have a YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, all of the social media ones. Yeah, easy to find. I'm getting a website up. I just had to get issue 2 out. I wanted to have issue 2 up before I launched the website. Typically, in the past, I've been kind of selling out faster than I can keep stuff up because I do shows regularly.
Oh, okay.
But now that I'm doing it full time, I'm getting to where I can kind of outpace that and I can offer stuff on a website as well as being in shows and stuff.
So, how would you draw? How would you draw a Muck Muck?
You ever seen
No, what we do is we put him in the comic.
Yeah. How you doing?
No, that's his goal. That's what he wants, Charlie.
You're being cut off by the dog.
I know. It's a good dog.
Welcome to the
What is the
Chubwagon
story?
Monster. Okay, so everything you see here is all based around my comic book series, Chubwagon Monsters. I'm up to issue 2. This just came out a week ago. It's an all monster comic book series about a god who created the entire universe, but gets tired of creating, so he reincarnates himself into a mortal-like monster to live on one of the planets he created. But in doing so, he dumbs himself down too much and forgets he created everything. So the story picks up from that standpoint. And what's
I love
really
the character. I love these guys.
well, thank you. Yeah, so what's really cool about it is, as the series goes on, a lot of the monsters that have lived on this world of Petra Vita for eons.
Oh, they're fine.
Yeah, they're tough. You can grab them
I
there.
touched him and he,
Yeah, it's
he
okay.
wanted to run away.
They do that. They'll try to
He's trying to
I
jump
make
into your
Oh
jump
my-
into your arms.
Yeah, I'm the
Is
artist.
that website?
Yeah, you take the card. Yeah,
I'm
that's
a
it shows you
cuddle
all the areas you can get a hold of me.
Can I just purchase one? Do I have to get the whole
No,
series,
you can get
or-
just
I
one
want
comics.
One of this.
Issue 1, issue 2.
Let me just start with that one.
Alrighty, nice. Let me get you fixed up here.
Then I'm gonna go get my monsters later.
You
So
want
you
issue?
ordered for the?
Do you want issue 2 or do you want issue 1?
Pick that one.
Yeah, I want that
Let
one.
her have that
I
one
like
right
the
there.
yeah.
The artwork. I
I
get
just
it.
wanna I just wanna get like look through it and see what I can.
Yeah, let me
order
know what
from
you think.
online. Yeah.
I think that's a very good book to pick up to kind of give you an idea of what Chubwagon Monsters has to offer.
Just wanna
You want your cash or card?
birthday card, please.
Thank you so much for the
Of
support.
course, thank you. This
Yeah.
is fun. Okay.
Do you want a receipt, email, or text it to you?
Let's do text. No, no. 6327. Send us.
Great.
Perfect.
Alrighty.
And I
Well, thank you
have
so
your
much for the
Thank
support.
you so much.
Yeah.
This is fun. Thank
Enjoy the
you.
comic.
I will. Thank you.
That's Twilly Jean.
Oh, this is.
You guys want to meet Twilly Jean?
That's not my Twillo.
This is Twilly Jean. He actually has some Jean. The only twin I've ever made that has anything besides burlap. I'm lying. I've made a couple dippy doos out of car upholstery. And I have one twit that I made out of leather. And then this guy. What's up, ladies? How are y'all?
Good. How are you?
Doing well. Welcome to the Chubwagon Monster booth. Feel free to look around. I got a bunch of weird, creepy, cute monster art.
That's wonderful.
So Charlie, if people watching this on the interwebs, the outernet, want to buy some of these Twillos, how would they do that?
So I got a couple options. I have my PayPal. I can send an email or an invoice through PayPal. If you have a PayPal account, I've got Venmo, and I've also got, which I prefer the most, is my Square account, where I can just have your email. I can send you an official invoice that gives you like the receipts and everything. So typically, one of those three ways I do the payments. And if you like a Twillo that you like, we first go back and forth on making sure that's the Twillo you want, and then I send you over the invoice. And once you pay it, I pack it up and send it to you.
They want us to send the money to Muck Muck.
They want to send the money to Mr. Muck Muck? Give him the money?
That's what Twillo Addict says.
That's messed up. Why are you... I don't know how that's going to work. I'm not
Why-
supporting Mr. Muck Muck.
We're not supporting. The goal is to make money off of Muck Muck.
Oh,
Not-
okay.
Not to send the money to Muck Muck.
Gotcha. So you want to give, like, you want to send me money because I'm harassed by Mr. Muck Muck? Is that what y'all are saying?
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
If that's the case, then we need to get to 1,000 subscribers.
Yeah, send me some money because Mr. Muck Muck harasses me.
Yeah.
Like, I do have someone that, like, constantly is prodding and poking at me all the time. But Mr. Muck Muck makes me better.
Mr. Muck Muck makes you better.
Whenever he knocks me down, I just get back up like a phoenix. What's up, folks? How are y'all doing?
Good. How are you?
Doing good. Welcome to the Chubwagon Monster booth. My name's Charlie Fox. I'm the artist here that makes all this creepy, cute monster art. Well, thank you. Everything you see here is all based around the comic book series Chubwagon Monsters. Issue 1 or 2. Issue 2 just came out about a week ago. It's an ongoing series with monsters.
Can I get this one?
Yeah, they're available.
Yes, Mom first.
Sorry, buddy.
Hey, I want to pick it. One of the comics. You gotta ask your mom first. Can I get one of those?
Let me give you a card here. Everything's all kid-friendly stuff. Oh, okay. And this comic book series has a anti-bullying without being obvious about it. So, I like that. We'll think about it. Yeah, right on. Well, thanks for stopping by and looking.
One of the comics.
What's up, Cad?
Hey,
How you doing, man?
good.
The patchy one got sold. It did, and the one that had the backpack. Somebody picked up the one with the backpack.
Yeah, Zumi. Zumi was sold.
Zumi, yeah, Zumi.
And the Bone Collector, or Trinket.
Check out Clarence. He was hiding.
Do you have a Netflix account? Or a Hulu?
He's a fan of Roseanne. The Connors.
The Connors.
Or both. Or
It's the before Roseanne dies.
post Roseanne.
Yeah, wait, I don't know anymore.
Post is afterwards.
Sure, then that's the one. No, wait, it's before Roseanne.
Is it before?
Yeah,
Where should we put this fancy fellow?
I was hanging, but Ryan took me down.
No.
Pauline, Rowdy, hold me up.
Bright Eyes. Bright Eyes keeps it real. They do stand up on their own. You just gotta kind of keep. You have to kind of keep fussing.
Messing with them.
Yeah.
Put them in their place. But once they decide to stand, you'll be alright.
Yeah. You always have to keep reorganizing the table. You got a bunch of Twillos that are always trying to escape. Yeah, they're always trying to get away. That's Mr. Nuggles.
I can't say the letter after R.
Mr. Snuggles. Snuggles McGee.
Nuggles McGee.
Nuggles McGee.
Nuggle McGee. I can't say the letter after R.
You just said say it.
Shush!
I can't A this. You gotta take the S's out. I can't A the word after.
You know how hard that would be?
Here. I need to get some more cards out soon.
Yeah, how long does it take to make these guys?
Those guys, about 2 to 3 hours roughly. Usually, if I can stay kind of focused, I'll try to make like a little batch of them and kind of try to create like an assembly line where I make the shells.
Yeah.
So I'll make the shells. That's where I do the whole body before they're stuffed. I'll do like 10 of them, and then I'll stuff all 10 at the same time, and then like close them up and then face them. And facing them means putting a face on them. And so I'll do that kind of like an assembly line, and I feel like I'm more efficient with my time when I do it that way. And I do sometimes make them one by one as well, because sometimes I just want to like work on one thing and just finish it and not have a bunch of stuff out. So yeah, I'd say about 3 to 4 hours on my cave Twillos. My dippy doos take me about 30 to 45 minutes to make one of those. And then my Twillos take about bare minimum 6 to 8 hours to start with, all the way up to like 15 to 30 hours, depending on how crazy I want to go.
Okay.
That's tooth. Tooth. With an F. Tooth.
Yeah, I like to.
Yeah, Tooth's pretty cute. I like his little face. And that's a unicorn. Nice. Right. That looks nice. So one thing I've learned about business cards is you're gonna make a lot of them, and they don't really bring in a lot of new people on your social media as much, unless you ask them to help you out right there on the spot. Because I've put out so many business cards over the years that you would think, thousands and thousands of business cards have been given out over the years. I've gone through a lot of long boxes,
Yeah.
and you would think with all those cards given out that like it would kind of quantify into like people going to your feeds, but I think people just like to collect business cards.
I think people grab them and then forget about them.
I think so too.
Because that's what I do.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I'll find it in my pocket and then be like, what was this for? Oh, yeah.
Totally.
And then completely forget about it again.
Yep.
But I mean, you do it because...
They're important, but don't feel like you have to have
There's
them
all... Hey, look.
to be successful.
No, but I mean, it does provide every
Good
now and then.
contact point.
Every now and then, it works.
Yeah, well, you know what I've learned? Business cards are literally what they are. They're for you to give to another business so businesses can contact you.
Yep.
That's how they work the best.
Yep.
Go figure. They're called that anyways, right?
Oh no,
What happened?
Mr. Muck Muck is officially back. And he's in chat.
Oh no.
At first he was just watching, and now he's here.
Stalking. As usual.
He never goes away.
Mr. Muck Muck stalks me.
Oh well, we'll get back at him
Yeah.
in some way, form, or fashion.
Thanks. Check out this.
That's That's what all the stickers look like on your
Yeah.
water bottle.
They look cool.
Monsters.
Manic Mac.
I like it.
Yeah, some days he's really hyper, other days he's not so hyper. Some days he gets a lot of work done, other days he doesn't get enough work done. That's what happens when you're manic.
Some days I don't do anything.
Yeah, is that depression?
Adult onset depression.
Twillo depression. They have a reason to be depressed sometimes too. Yeah, because they get hunted. Yeah,
Oh, every day.
every day. It's getting cloudy out here. Do I hear thunder?
Yeah, it was just raining.
It was. Yeah. We have a little lull going on. It's lunching. It's the lunching hour.
Yep.
Oh, should I move it? Oh, I'm bumping, aren't I? Oh, I'm sorry. I'm gonna take this, put it down here, and then I'm going to walk away.
But yeah, that's what's
Pretty good.
These guys hang on trees.
Yeah, you can hang them on trees. You can hang them on your backpack. You can hang them on his earrings, Christmas trees, whatever you want to hang them on.
This guy reminds me of a Christmas tree.
Yeah, he has kind of a little bit of a starfish look to him. That's what I liked about that one there. He's got a different look. His body's starting to come out a little bit. That's what I should do. I should do twits and twillos that are like twits with like really big pointy heads and unusable little short bodies on
Or
them.
like tiny little arms.
Yeah,
Like you do
real
the
short and
like you
dumpy.
do the fingers on Dalton. Make
Yeah.
those the arms.
Yeah, exactly. And just make one as an example of what they look like in between,
Right?
as they're changing into their next form, which they look funny too.
I think you should make like a little like pod
Uh-huh.
that they're in that you can like stick open and like come out.
Oh, that's a good idea. Like little seed pods almost.
Yeah.
That's a good idea. I like that.
Things.
Yeah. You could take a bunch of like little that'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah. Like their body would be like this.
Yeah.
They had their little. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that could be what the monster would do when they hunt them down.
Yeah. I like that. Yeah, this is what they look like here when they're in the comic book. There's some twits right there. Little tiny dippy dudes. There's one sitting there in the tree as well. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, that had to hurt. Sorry. Sorry.
How do you get so creative?
You know, sometimes it just kind of, you have to kind of act upon your creativity if you think of something that's neat. For me, like sometimes if I'm not like in a creating mode, but I'm creative, I will write down notes in my phone or write them down in my sketchbook, and then I have all these little ideas, and I'll go back to them. Or if I come up with like a character idea, I'll sketch him out, and then later on maybe I'll use that sketch for something and grow, like develop it more. Yeah. But some days are more creative than others. There are a lot of days that like inspiration doesn't come and you just have to kind of make it work. And that's part of the life of being an artist, because not all the time do you feel necessarily inspired. And inspiration's great, but if you want, I feel like if you want to be a career artist, you can't always wait for inspiration, because sometimes it doesn't come frequently enough. And sometimes you have to just kind of work through it. But the other time though, if you do work through just working, you typically get inspired as you're working, so you can get kind of fired up, you know. So you have a lot of that too. But if I was going to tell one thing to an artist trying to get out there, don't wait for inspiration. Just start creating, because you're not always going to feel inspired all the time. And you know, a thing I learned when I was drawing is I love drawing. But as you comic and drawing scenes, there are things you have to draw. There are things you don't really want to draw. But that's kind of part of comicking, is like, I gotta get this scene drawn to get the idea across. And that was actually a big learning curve for me. I was like, oh man, I gotta draw a bunch of stuff I don't want to draw because that's just what the scene is requiring.
Yeah.
So you have a lot of that kind of stuff going on all the time.
Okay.
Yeah.
As long as you enjoy it in the end.
Yeah.
The end product's is what makes it all worth it.
It is, and knowing that you'll never feel completely done with something, but you have to know when to stop.
Well, you know, I told my son last night, sometimes you just know in your gut that you need to do something. You just gotta do
You
it.
gotta do it. Amen to that.
Yeah.
What's up, guys? How are y'all doing? Doing good. So my twits, I haven't named them yet. I let the people that pick them up name them.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because they are just starting.
They are just starting. That's kind of right. So typically the Twillos get their names after they've kind of grown into their full bodies, because the other Twillos kind of help them name each other, kind of based off of their personality. So kind of however they act or look is where they get their names from. And typically they don't come into their full personality until they've grown completely out, even though their personality does shine through even as young as a baby dippy-doo, just like a real human, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
Hey, what's up, man? Long time no see, buddy. Hey, how's it going?
Good. So couldn't resist.
All right, yeah.
Cool.
I just got issue 2 out. It just came out about a week ago.
Do we have that one?
I don't know. I brought.
Eva gave me.
She gave you one? Awesome. I gave Eva to give a couple copies to her favorite friends at school. So,
Yes.
yeah. Nice. Then you're one of the lucky ones.
He's right. He's
Right
been
on, dude.
reading it, so.
Cool. Did you like issue 2?
Yes.
It's pretty wild, isn't it? Yeah.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Hey, how's everything going?
It's going really well. Yeah.
We've gotten bigger stuff.
Yeah, we had we've had a lot of people come through picking up issue 2 today and picking up their Twillos and
Oh my gosh, that's
skateboards, a
fantastic.
little bit of everything.
Started the weekend with 22 Twillos,
22, yeah.
down to 13.
We're finding homes for them.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
Good for you.
Is there any possible chances we can turn these into like stickers?
So you can absolutely build these out as real boards. They're the 8-ply maples, so you can put your tape on the back and fronts and wheels. But they're hand painted, so they're, skateboarder, you're gonna tear it up. You're welcome to do that. But I kind of painted them for like the skateboarders who want to do this.
Balls, yeah.
But they're 125 each, so typically in that range, you're not wanting to ride on them. Like a pretty good ride on the board cost, but
Right? That's
whereas if
great.
I go in and paint this, do a paintbrush, I throw it all on. That's why it's got a lot of texture.
So cool. Well, he saw you from like the far farthest distance across the park, and I was like, all right.
Yeah, that makes my day.
He
Dude.
went
So
running
thank you so much.
towards you,
Dude.
so I was like,
What
all
happened
right.
to your arm?
I fell off my skateboard. I was going to reach for that.
Can I draw a picture on your pad?
Yes, you can.
Oh my gosh.
Awesome. Where can I draw a picture at?
Three houses back.
Sweet. Nice. Are you okay? Are you comfortable?
Yes.
Give me a few minutes. Can I draw? I'm gonna draw some of these E's for you. Ready? Hey, Catman. You wanna go grab some beer? Hey! I'll step through there. Oh, cool, man. Thanks for letting me do that. I put a bunch of cool E's on here. Yeah, right on, dude. That's awesome. Yeah. Thanks for letting me do that. Yeah, for sure. All righty. See y'all later.
So, question.
Yeah.
Whenever you had your first table, all by yourself, split from Terror, after you split, did you ever think all of this would be here?
Yes and no. More leaning towards no, like thinking I'd have this much different stuff. But definitely had the, once I got the taste for doing conventions and selling artwork and being like, oh, I could actually sell my own artwork, it just lit a fire. And I didn't think I'd get to where I'd have like an actual 10 by 10 tent and feeling like I need to expand from there. Because I always thought I would just be doing just comics and maybe prints of the comics. But then I realized like there's so much more to it than just that, and like started really growing out like, why not? Don't limit yourself just to paper product. Let's make toys.
Let's make toys.
But I gotta learn how to make toys. Here we go. So it's kind of one of those things. It was step by step, little by little, and then next thing you know, you look back and you're like, oh my gosh, I have all these things. A good way I like to look at it is when you have a ton of insurmountable challenges in front of you, you can't look at them like you're looking through the scope of a gun. So when you look at it like that, it looks like you have nothing but just too many obstacles to take on at once. But that's not how life works. How life really works is more from a bird's eye view, where you have all those same problems, but you can see them from above and you tackle each one by one. You don't take them all on at once. And you think like that as a human a lot of times, where it's like, I gotta do all this at once, but you don't. You're looking at most stuff in your life from bird's eye view, looking down. You can just take each challenge and handle it one at a time. And I have to remind myself of that all the time, because I always look at life like I'm looking through the scope of a gun, where I'm seeing every single thing I have to do all at once. You have to back off of that and look from above. So think like that. That helped me out as an artist quite a bit. That's kind of where the growth came from, little by little.
I'm just saying, because now you started with a small little table. You could have gone two different routes. You could have just said, well, I'll just do what everyone else does and do fan art.
Yeah.
And probably made the same
Probably
money,
make more,
if not more.
Yeah, fan arts. That's those fellas do really good, and they're talented, and you have to be really talented to do that. And I get it. Like doing really good fan art is a great resume to eventually get your foot in the door with one of those industries, creating an IP. So it's a great way to go. I just didn't want to do that because one, there's so many other guys out there that do better than me. So why not even mess around with that? I'll just stick with what I know how to do well and just keep working on that.
Well,
we need monsters. We need more monsters.
Well, not only that, but the rules with monsters aren't as rigid as humans.
Tell me about that. You don't have to follow the same anatomy rules as you would if you were drawing, superheroes and stuff, which is pretty nice.
You can kind of go whichever way you want to.
That's right. Well, good afternoon. How you doing?
Hi, I'm good. How are you?
Doing good. Welcome to the Chubwagon Monster Booth.
What are they? So they're just like fun, like cute little creative
That's
creatures.
right. They're
I thought
creepy,
I heard
cute creatures.
Food or something.
Right?
Like, is it something in there? Okay, got it.
So these are called Twillows. They are a species of monster from my comic book series that is hunted for their burlap by other creatures for clothing. And that's all explained in the comic book series here. And they have a life cycle. So what happens is if they get ransacked down to fluff and just the fluff's left over, what'll happen in the comics is they'll kind of coalesce back together over time and they become like these little baby forms here called the dippy doo. This is the larval form of a Twillo. And then eventually the adults will come along and collect them and put them in their tree house and let them hang out up there and they'll get bigger and get more of an evolved face and eventually the body starts to grow from the bottom. And this pointy part here becomes the hood, the face migrates down and they become a full-size Twillo. And that's kind of how they grow.
Okay, that's really cool.
Yeah.
Those are adorable.
And each Twillo I make is one of a kind and never make another one like it ever again. So,
Very fun.
Yeah.
Okay, thank you for the rundown.
well, thanks for letting me tell you about it.
Now, what do they do? Because my nephew bought a little monster like this.
Oh, did they? Okay, awesome.
So, I don't know, but
He must have gotten one of my babies. So the Twillos have a full lifespan, or a stage of life into them, like a larval form, a pupa, and then the beautiful butterfly forms. So we have, here's the larval form. This is a baby Twillo, also known as a dippy doo. And then if they live long enough, they get bigger, and they become a larger form of a dippy doo, also
what do
known
you
as a
mean
twin.
when they live long?
If they live long enough in my comic book series. So that's all explained in my book. Yeah, so I made real tangible versions of them. Yeah, and in the books, they eventually will grow out. They hang in their tree, and the adults will take care of them. And over time, they start to grow a little body, and the face starts to move down at the front. And then the pointy part here becomes like the hood of the Twillo, and they become full Twillo here with the whole body. That's how they grow out. I know it's a pretty crazy, absurd thing that I wanted to write about in the comics, but
But that's cool.
yeah. So this fancy fella here is a cave Twillo. They're a subspecies, and what happened was some of these twits rolled into a dark cave, and over 2 weeks got lost in there and evolved into this subspecies of Twillo called the cave Twillo. They're blind. They can't see, and they communicate with whistles. I know.
And how much is this one?
All of my twits are a little bit different price. This guy's here is 30. They range. All these here range from like 25 to 50, depending on how big they are. Yeah. And each one's one of a kind. Never make another one like it ever again. Yeah, I like the colors on that one. That's Twilly Jean right there. Well, how you doing today? Welcome to the Chubwagon Monster booth. Feel free to look around. Everything's here is all original artwork based from my comic book series, Chubwagon Monster.
Oh, cool.
Yeah. So this is you? Yes, sir, it is, yeah. I do the comics, make the toys, paint the skateboards. That's really cool. That's issue 1 there, kicking off the series. It's an all monster comic book. It's about a monster god who...
I'm gonna wait for him to call me
Okay.
so that way I know which one.
Not a problem. I'll be around. Yeah, it's about a monster god who created the entire universe. He gets kind of tired of creating, so he reincarnates himself into a mortal-like monster to live on one of his planets that he made. But in doing so, he dumbs himself down too much because he created everything. So the storyline actually picks up from that premises. So I tell people it's kind of like a hardcore version of Winnie the Pooh.
Yeah.
There's lots of endearingness into it. lots of adventure and story, but the monsters are kind of creepy, but they're quite friendly.
I really like the style.
Well, thank you.
That's really cool. The colors are neat.
Well, cool. Thank you so much. That's issue 1 kicking it off, and issue 2 came out a week ago. So,
I think the daughter's gonna love
oh, right on, man. So just got a special going just to let you know about it. 20 gets you issue 1, a vinyl sticker of your choice, and a button if you want to do that. For 30 gets you. Sorry about that.
Sure.
That's my fault. For 30, you actually get both issues plus the sticker and the button. I'm sorry, it's me leaning on the table because I'm an idiot.
I think I'm just gonna go with the
Awesome.
story.
Do it. Get you 10. Thank you so much for the support, man.
Awesome,
I
yeah.
appreciate it.
Oh, sorry. I don't
No,
know
you're
how to use
good.
this
I
thing.
no, you're good. It's different with each card.
Oh, is it?
Yeah, it actually it's just a little different. You're good. Very good. Let me get you a bag there.
Oh yeah, I got you.
Thank you. Appreciate the support. Let me know what you think of it.
Is this your card?
Yes, sir, it is. So issue 1 was a lot of fun to do. Issue 2 has been like a substantial growth in my skill. So if you dig the comic book, pick up issue 2, you're going to enjoy seeing just the progression of my skill level.
Absolutely. Yeah. How long did it take to put together the comic from conception to?
So if I were to crunch all the time together, because from issue 1 to 2, I took a hiatus because of 2020 and thought this was all kind of a dead thing.
Sure. Yeah.
So I don't count that because I just wasn't working. But like for example, like issue 1 took me longer than usual because I had to learn how to use Photoshop and I could not reproduce my skill level on Photoshop and I had to get through all
To
of it.
redo.
Yeah.
Just doodling and then
Learning
go into
and just-
digital art.
Yeah, all
after
the learning curve. Once I got past that, issue 2 was a lot more skill when it came to what I was doing, but I was able to get it done quicker because I knew what I was doing. I knew the shortcuts.
You knew the media better.
Yeah, so from scripting, thumbnails, sketching, inking, scanning it, and actually coloring it, took me about 2 years of solid work on issue 2. And I'm a one-man band, so I do the comic books and I make the toys. So I'll typically kind of jump back and forth between the 2 parts that we're in.
Yeah, just kind of.
And then I paint skateboards as well. So,
cool.
and really everything you see here is important, but most importantly the comic book
That's kind of what I
because
figured. That's where it all
storyline.
started. And
Exactly.
Yeah.
And to me, like these toys have so much more relevance to them because they have a deep storyline.
Well, yeah,
behind it.
it's a character, right?
Exactly.
Yeah,
So as these books come out, the characters have more substantiality to them because of the storyline.
Yeah.
So that's this is the most important thing. And I'm also trying to get everybody on board with my ideas with it. So the comic book explains that. So that's
cool.
kind of how that's been rolling out. So yeah.
All right, well, it's nice to meet you.
Absolutely, man. And let me know what you think of the comic. I'm always open to constructive criticism because I want to improve my craft.
All right.
Yeah. Thank
Have a
you.
good one.
Bye, y'all. So, if you entertainers, let them know.
Charlie has to go pee-pee. So now I get to take over. Let's see what the chat's saying. I can't read. Get a tripod? Yeah, they need a tripod. The thing keeps falling down. And they gotta run back here and pick it up. And then it falls down again. And then they gotta do it all over again. Now who's this Mr. Muck Muck that's causing trouble? Oh. Just you wait.
All right.
I'm Manic Mac. See?
Here's a cave Twillo. You guys hear him talk about it all the time. Pretty cool. They're twits who rolled into a cave and decided,
that's where they were gonna live. They didn't need eyes. They didn't need to speak. They just click and whatnot. Hey, how's it going? Alright, so I guess I'll talk. How's it going? Normally I'm reading the chat and hanging out behind the camera. So, this is a little bit of fun. Now you get to deal with me. I make all the funny voices. I find it funny. Well, I guess history on how that voice came about. I was doing a D&D session with some friends and had a gnome wizard who I just came up with that voice. He was an NPC and that's the voice that came out. Well, we were at Fan Days in Denver a few years ago and I picked up a Twillo and just started using that voice. And Charlie looks at me and he looks at me with this look like, that's mine now. So I kind of had to let him use the voice. It just fit, to us it fit perfect, so, you know, you guys tell us. You're probably wondering, like, oh, why do they all have the same voice? Well, on a technicality, I guess they're all one organism, you know? So, if they're all one organism, they would all have the same voice in a way. Isn't that right, guys?
Yep, that's right.
It was Tizzy. That was the Twillo to give us all the problems. So, but yeah, Charlie looked at me at Fan Days and was just like, I want that voice. Can you use that voice? And then we started just making shorts, and it worked out. Like, now, anytime that I have to use the voice, it's interesting because I never really think about a script or the words. It just kind of has its own personality, you know? And like, it's interesting how that works. I never saw myself as a voice actor of any sort, that's for sure. But, you know, here I am. I guess that's what I get for my dad making funny voices at me as a kid. But people tend to have fun with it. And the only time it's not fun is when Charlie kicks me underneath the table. Makes me actually confuse people.
But only on hot days in the summer.
Only on hot days in the summer. He makes me stand out in the snow during the
Phil's
winter.
character. You know, something I want to say. If you're an artist, you want to do this, you can do this too. And it sounds so easy to say, but you really can do this too. Like, starting small. If any of you guys ever have the inspiration that you want to be an artist and start selling your artwork, I'm always here to help you, kind of give you pointers, and tell you what's worked for me in the past, what hasn't worked. I've been doing these conventions now for a few years. I've done Comic-Cons, I've done art shows such as this, so we got some thunder going on right now.
Oh, Charlie, what's that? That's scary.
Yeah. If you get hit by lightning, well, I guess I'll die online and you guys will get to see it. That would be pretty sweet.
We're gonna die online!
But anyways, do it. And if you have any questions, I can kind of help you on like how to get started, kind of how to be thinking. I got my start at the Comic-Cons from the very beginning, selling Chubwagon monster stuff, not doing fan art. We had a table called Terror Comics, that I was part of, and Terror Comics was we did like, it's like a vanity press style where we had all these different artists coming in and doing their own shorts of comics. And when we were at conventions, we'd sell the comics, but a lot of guys would sell like fan art, and I would try to sell my Chubwagon monster stuff, and it actually did pretty decent next to the popular stuff like Batman and Superman and Harley Quinn. So anyways, I felt like that was encouraging. Ooh, this feels like we're gonna get some hail, dude.
Oh no! You guys are gonna
I'm gonna get to work here for a second.
fire drill getting the walls on. Bear with us for a second.
show unless you have some hail. Deal with the hail. Things just got real.
Whoa! What a live stream!
Yeah, right? Welcome to Estes Park!
Yeah!
Let's get weird! Let's get weird!
In 5 minutes, it'll be dry.
Yeah, it'll be sunny here in a few minutes. Gotta ride this out.
Woo, buddy!
Make sure you get the corners off the ground. It's big water.
Oh no, you're fine.
Well, folks, we're gonna find out how well a Uramax tent's gonna hold up in hail. We're either gonna be giving Uramax a 5-star review or not a 5-star review after the hail. We'll find out. What's up, guys? Flash sale! Flash hail sale! Everything in the store is half off right now. I need something to cover these skateboards in front. Give me like a towel or something to wrap over this.
Woo, buddy! Well then, guys, I gotta tell you, this is what you run into whenever you do outdoor events. Whenever you're grinding away, trying to make something,
I need a cooking device.
trying to make something from nothing. Woo! I'm gonna let it ride. Let the live stream ride.
Some water can go underneath it. Yeah. Prop it up in there. Not have to rain. Yeah, use it. Okay, it's calming down. 5 more minutes and we can party again.
Buddy.
Do you have something I can kind of hook the roof with?
Yeah, give me a minute.
Where's that hand that sounds pretty? Yeah, there you go.
Woo, that was crazy.
Yeah. You get off there, you.
This is what we deal with, guys.
Yep, this is how you're versatile.
This is how you
The cool
grow.
thing is, most of my stuff here doesn't get damaged by water, except for these guys. These guys get. They don't like water. My Trellos and anything else can handle it because I make them be tough as hell. Yeah. We got to beat the water off the roof. We must get it off. This is what you deal with when you're a con artist. That sounded really bad.
That did sound really bad. He's not a con artist.
Like a convention artist. Get it? Just a play on words. Obviously, you guys can tell it's. I don't really know how to be able to rip people off. I guess I could tell people like these dippy dudes, like those dippy dudes actually grow if you put water on them.
We come back to you open the cases tomorrow, and there's like all the twits have grown. That it actually does work. Whew.
I'm not hiding. I'm doing what y'all are doing, knocking the water off the roof. This just builds character. It lets people know how good your product is if it survives the rain. Of course, if they did grow from water, I'd be taking all these dippy doos out there.
Right.
Rain, let them grow, because it'd save me some time.
Whew, buddy.
Yeah. It's calming down.
Told you, 5
It's
minutes.
fine, guys. We're gonna be fine. Everything's fine.
It's the daily hailstorm. Don't worry.
It's normal, guys. It's totally normal. You don't have to leave. So what happens if like this tin gets hit by lightning and we're not touching any metal? Like, will it still like conduct into us and we'll be like, yeah, or like is it gonna be like just like and like just vaporize the tin
And
and
leave
like
us.
around here like a little tiny clean like little stupid, you know, umbrella.
Yeah, I want to go for the second one.
Yeah.
Just because it'd be funny.
Dang, man. This is not a good way to end a show. I'll tell you that now. From its experience.
I had to figure out which hand that was supposed to go
Yeah, it's
into.
kind of a hard time.
Which one's the left hand? Make the L.
Right?
Make the L.
Hold on, 1 second.
I gotta take a left. This happens every show.
It's getting better. We're fine, guys. We're fine. It's fine. It's fine.
We're not gonna die.
Don't let, yeah, right, exactly. Don't let the rain slow you down, folks. We gotta make the best of it.
It's kind of disappointing because the rain pushes everyone away.
Yeah, you don't. People don't like to go to art markets on TV.
Yeah,
Apparently,
I-
whatever that's about.
humans, we're made of sugar, you know? So we're gonna
Do me a
melt.
favor, hand me that reptile that's in there. I'm just gonna cover these because I've seen a few little droplets in here. So the little sticker box there. Bear with us. Give me your jacket. That'll work. Just something to kind of fill this backsplash. Thanks, buddy. Take these off.
Shout out to I Am Superhero for your awesome hoodies.
Yeah.
And Super X.
Also, shout out to anybody that comes by and buys something during the rain.
Yeah, you look.
You're a super fan. I tell you what, anybody that comes through here and buys something from me while it's raining, I will give them a free comic regardless of what they buy. Unless they buy a comic, I'll give them issue 2. And if they do like a big thing, like they buy a tool and they already had a free comic, I'll give them the other comic too for free plus a couple stickers. But that's just
Right.
so I'll make sure I like double up some stuff.
Yeah.
Because that's dedication.
You get right. You weathered the rain. You get the extras.
You get the extra.
That's right.
Right.
Whew. That came out of
We got
nowhere.
some pretty cool neighbors around us too.
That came out of nowhere.
Yeah.
I'm impressed with how quick we can put up these walls, though.
Yeah, we got it figured out, man. And you know what's the good thing about Estes Park is even though we have rain right now, I've lived up here almost 3 years now, and we've had very rare days throughout the whole year where it even rains all day. Like, you know, if you go down like in Texas, you have days where it can rain for like 2 or 3 days of just like slow burn rain. But up here, that doesn't seem to happen. It's like these flashes of rain and it stops. How are y'all doing today? How are you? Doing great. Surviving the rain. Pretty good at surviving the rain. Been around for a lot of rainstorms. I'm still here.
Growing up in Texas, we lived in rainstorms.
Yeah, tornadoes. Whereas here in Estes Park, all of Estes Park is a tornado.
That's right.
Like we have like 70-mile-an-hour winds up here. Sometimes 80, but it's the whole town. You're like, we're pretty much just in a giant tornado right now.
We're in the middle of it. This is the eye of the storm.
Yeah, we had a day where we had like 90-mile-an-hour winds in my backyard. 2 trees came down, and one in front almost killed my wife. No joke. Not even like blowing that up. Like she was going out to her car. She went to her back hatchback to like put something in the back. Right when she did that, a big aspen tree fell down, and the car caught her and fell down between her.
Whew.
And the trunk was this big. Had it hit her, tragedy. I mean,
Yeah.
It was a very scary, sobering moment. It was windy outside, and I see all this wood just blow past our door.
Yeah.
And I hear, Charlie, help! And I go down there, and I'm like, oh my god, the tree just fell on her. Missed everything. Hey folks, how are y'all doing?
Come on in. You can
Welcome
get away from the
Chubwagon
rain.
Monster Booth. Stay in here and get dry. I got comic books. Hold on, they're being hidden.
I didn't want them to get wet.
Yeah.
Seriously?
That's the unveiling right there.
Yeah.
So everything you see here is all based around my comic book series, Chubwagon Monsters. I was using this to poke the ice off,
Oh yeah.
trying to be
Of course,
pretentious.
naturally.
Anyways, but anyways, the characters you see here, they're called Twillos. They're a species of monster from my comic book series. So are these characters. They're hunted for their burlap by other monsters for clothing. So they're always having to fix each other all the time. But what's really cool about Twillos is each Twillo is handmade, one of a kind. I never make another one like it ever again.
Really?
Yeah, and if you pick up one of the big Twillos, I'm throwing an issue 1 for free. Yeah, that's a fancy guy right there. That's Gert P. Frobes.
Frobase!
Frobes.
You gotta be fancy about it.
So they have a whole life stage to them. This is the baby form over here called the Dippy Doo. This is the larval form of the Twillo. You know, totally serious. Then what happens is in the comic books, the adults will take the babies and hang them up in their treehouse, the comic, and from there they get bigger. And
Kind of like a
as
chrysalis.
and as they're growing, they're like talking trash to the adults the whole time and just being obnoxious.
I'm coming to get ya!
Yeah, they run their mouths.
I like
And
your
the
button.
more trash talking they do, the faster they grow. So their bodies will start sprouting out from here. Their face migrates down. The pointy part here becomes the hood, and they become a full-size Twillo again. That's how they grow out.
This is all explained in the comic?
Yeah, so I'm into issue 2 now. Issue 2 is introduced the Twillos. They're being hunted. And the main monsters from the comic book series are showing them how to stick up for themselves. So we're at issue 2 right now where they've discovered them and they're all ransacked and destroyed.
Hey, Mom!
The growth that I've told you about is not been shown in the book yet. That's big. It's going to be an issue 3. I'm just not there yet because it doesn't make sense. Can't all there. So.
There, you gotta tell it.
Exactly. So I gotta make sure it makes sense that we get there.
for
So.
sure.
Oh, that's Bright Eyes. He's not a fan of the band, but still, he's. That's Bright Eyes. I did. They're all handmade. Yeah. So each one I make, I put about these bigger guys. There's like 14 to 18 hours of work put into them, and they're double layers of American-made premium burlap, and then I stitch the absolute mess out of them.
Yeah.
Until they last. And they're guaranteed for as long as I'm alive. So if something falls apart, send them back to me, and get it fixed. It'll look a little bit differently, and that should be pretty good. I'm fairly healthy, so I should be around for a while.
For a minute.
You know,
Yeah, for sure.
if something tragic happens.
Did you see something that you think took him? Huh? Well, I was looking at this one up here.
It's the rain.
That one. Okay, we need to get.
Yeah, I love the pink and blue together. Story. Nice. All right.
That one is very expensive.
Yes.
We're gonna get the. We're gonna get some lot ones.
Yeah.
That way we
So,
can get more.
as a thank you for picking up some stuff in the rain today, you lucked out. I'm gonna hook you guys up some free stickers. Over here, are super dope stickers too. Check it out. They're all UV coated vinyl stickers, and I want you guys to pick 4 of them. If that's okay with you.
And then this one.
And then this one too.
Yep.
And that's because you guys picked up in the rain today.
Sarah, you wanna pick 2 and Daddy picks 2?
Oh, that's my dog. That's my favorite. That's Coda. She's an Akita. She keeps me safe from the elements. Ghost, Coda. 2 more. Boom Crusher, he goes with her.
And once he gets done, I'm having him come over here and sign these comic books for you guys.
That's it. So we got Ghost, we got this one here, we got Coda, and we've got Boom Crusher. We all have those. Fantastic. Alright, let's get them the Boom Crusher sticker.
Glow in the dark or thinking?
Glow in the dark. We're gonna get them Coda Bears and comic book front reading Super Monster #1, and then you had the other one was a surprise.
Yeah.
That one?
Get it. Do it. Get
Oh
it.
no, it's Ghost. Give him surprise as well.
Add this one over there too.
Ghost.
And that one?
Probably not alright.
Ghost, surprise, comic, glow in the dark, and Coda. We need to add this one.
Okay. And then if you want a couple buttons up here.
And I'll so these 3.
Separate from this one?
Well, no, that's all one.
All one sale? Okay.
But this is what this needs to be added.
Okay.
And which
I haven't put anything in. Are you guys all doing this as one purchase?
Yes.
Okay. Very good. Oh man, this is like my scariest twit. I'm surprised someone finally got him. Yeah. Awesome. Thank you guys so much for the support.
so we need to add these 2 guys.
Okay, let me get this fixed up. So you already put some stuff in here?
But I put these 3.
Those 3, we need to add this guy?
Yep.
Okay. So we got... You got the comments?
I have not put the comics in.
Okay.
Sorry.
Okay, so we got 1, 2, 5, twits. I've got the 2 comics. Do you want them signed?
I love that.
Okay.
Yes.
And we got the sticker collection. Did you guys get some of those buttons there? Y'all want a couple buttons? Yeah, throw a couple of those in there too. Awesome. Oh, all right. There you go. 244. Thank you so much for the support. You can ask for a receipt, just whatever works best for you. Alrighty. So there you go. It's chilling out now.
Right?
Thank you so much for the support. So I'm local here in Estes.
Are you?
Yeah. So if you like the artwork, awesome. Well, keep up with me and let me know what you guys think of the comic
Yeah.
book.
All of your stuff is on here?
Yes, it is. Yeah. And if you ever come across anything else you like, happy to meet up with you guys or ship, whatever works the best for you.
Awesome.
That's all right. Here are the twits. And then we got your stickers and the comic books right here.
Yeah, thank you guys.
Yeah, thank you.
Y'all take care. Enjoy all the twits. Take good care of them. I'd love to see where y'all put them.
Oh, sure.
Cool. Thanks.
Share with you.
All right, we weathered the storm on that. See you, man. Alrighty. Thanks for bearing with us on that. That was kind of crazy. And I'm trying to get something out of my crew here, so I apologize for the moving around of it.
That was crazy.
That was crazy. I hope that was kind of entertaining to watch.
I know, right?
Yeah.
You guys got to see what a 5-alarm fire drill looks like.
Yeah, pretty much. So see, you can still make it in the rain.
You never know what's gonna happen, man.
That's right. So we hooked them up because they came in the rain. We gave them about $30 worth of free stickers. And all the stickers I have are like really large vinyl stickers, UV coated, glow in the dark, cracked hollow ice. Really nice stickers. And so, yeah, thank you for that amazing support. That was, man, this is why we do this. This is why I do this. This is super encouraging.
And thank you guys for hanging in there while we went all crazy for a second.
So who's in the chat right now? Shout outs to anybody?
Crucial Taunt
Shout out to Crucial Taunt. Thanks for watching.
and Mr. Muck Muck has been causing a muck muck.
You know, Mr. Muck Muck, I'm going to give you a shout out because guess what? Even though you troll me, you're my lucky charm. So you keep doing what you do.
I don't know. Mr. Muck Muck showed up and all of a sudden it started raining.
Yeah, I know. I like the rain.
Ooh, buddy.
Let's get them back out. Let's get them back out. Back in them deep, show them cheap.
Alright.
Look at that, man. Look at it's getting kind of sparing up here. Sparse? What's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know, but
Not as many.
not as many.
Less than. Subtraction.
The arrow faced away from us.
Yeah, less than, not greater than.
We do not face the alligator mouth.
We don't.
Is that how you learn too? You draw the little teeth on it, and the big one, the one eats the other one.
Oh yeah, man, back in the day, I had a hard time with that stuff because all I wanted to do is just draw monsters eating math signs, and I would have all these little like teeth and stuff on all my greater and less than signs and stuff.
Yep, that's how I did it. That's how.
Like Pac-Man. Hey, how's it going? Welcome to the Chubwagon Monster booth. Hopefully you're enjoying the art show with all this, rain and stuff going on. Used to it. Yeah. Yeah, feel free to take a look around. Everything is all original. It's from my comic book series, Chubwagon Monsters. These fancy fellas right here, they're called Tulips. They're looking for a home. Each one is handmade, one of a kind, and I never make another one like it ever again. But what most importantly is they need a home because they're getting overhunted for their burlap by other monsters. They have a hard life. That's just what happens in comic books. Hello. Doing good. How are you doing? So those are baby Twillos, also known as dippy doos. That's the larval form right there. So if they get ransacked down the block, they will turn back into these little babies here. And over time, they get bigger, they grow up, and the adults will take them and put them in the tree house and hang up there and grow. And they get bigger, so it's like a teenage puppy. And over time, these guys will start to grow out of body. And this part here comes up, the face migrates down, and they become a full-size Twillo. So like a whole, like the larva, the pupa, and then the butterfly. It's so beautiful, right? Yeah, that's the life stage of a Twillo. Now you know, you're experts just like me. And then these guys over here, they're cave Twillos. They're a subspecies. They're some rambunctious twits got lost in a cave over 2 weeks. Darkness, they evolved. They lost their buttons for eyes. And now they communicate with clicks and whistles. Yeah, that's all backed up in the comic book. I don't just make that up, I promise. Thank you. Alright. Show ends at 4?
3 or 4.
Something like that.
Chat is saying, someone in chat is saying it's fun to watch the rain while I enjoy a cup of hot tea.
Yeah, that's relaxing.
I've tried to get into teas. I've tried so
Green
hard.
tea because it's got a lot of caffeine in it.
I mean, I can't get into hot tea now. I'm a Texan, so iced sweet tea, that's a whole different story.
For sure.
You know, but
Yeah, I'm all about that Southern Texas tea we grew up with.
yeah, the kind that'll give you diabetes.
Yeah, that kind of has like 40 an actual pound of sugar in it.
I like a little tea with my sugar.
Yes, that's right.
But hot tea I've tried so many times. Every couple of years I'm like, oh, let's try again.
I like it when my throat's sore, kind of thing. You know, depends on who makes it.
You got a steady drive?
We tried to.
Survived the best we
Man,
could.
that was
Yeah,
coming down
we did.
hard,
We
wasn't it?
wrapped up real good,
Nice.
and yeah,
Super fire drill.
nice. That's a good shaped one. I love that shape. I don't have very many Twillos that have like that crescent moon head shape, so you have a very unique one.
All right.
Right on, man. You have the comic already, don't you? You guys already picked it up.
No, I don't think you did you? Yeah.
Get issue 1 and 2. It's on me.
Oh, hey, you tell him thank you. That is awesome now.
Do you want him to sign it?
You want to sign?
Yeah, oh yeah.
Yeah, man.
That's cool.
I want you to have this. I want you to have the story. So we're all the crazy ideas.
Yeah.
Is it okay on issue 1? I'm out of metallic pens. They've dried out. Can I sign the inside splash cover for you for issue 1? And on issue 2, I'll sign the cover for you real quick.
Cool. That's really awesome, huh?
Yeah, thanks for coming back by. Huh?
Yeah. He's been talking about this all day long. And we
awesome,
actually
man. Thank
got upset a while ago because saw that hill coming. Well, we thought they used to be closed.
Yeah, I did,
So now we're going to have to
I'm
find
like,
him
I
online.
forgot all about the hail. I'm like, why is it so pale?
Right. all
I
longer,
know.
right?
Well, it's Estes Park. You got 5 minutes of rain, it'll get sunny again.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
You know?
there's a good
Yeah.
chance we'll get that.
Nice.
I'm optimistic.
Also, I think he has all the fun
Oh,
stuff
okay.
for him. If he'll hand me those, I'll put them in the bag for you.
Yeah.
Oh,
let me
yeah,
get
for
you
sure.
set
You
up
want that in
here.
the bag or you can handle it?
You want to hold on to them? Awesome. You know, another cool thing is if you collect buttons and stuff like that, you can throw buttons on there and all that kind of stuff too. Good place to kind of use as like a collectible thing for other stuff.
And I threw some stickers in here for you guys.
Oh, awesome. Thank you.
Yeah, of
Yeah,
course.
man. Gotta look out for each other out here. You know what I mean, man?
Yeah.
92.46 total. And it'll ask for a receipt or text message,
Okay.
whatever works best for you. And just you got a bag, got your stuff there, we're good to go. Thank you so much. Take good care of them. Hey, I want to see where you put them.
Okay.
If you're okay with sharing that,
Yeah.
would you
Your,
be okay
your
with?
Instagram?
Yeah.
Any, whatever's easiest for you.
Yeah.
I've got all the different handles on here. So.
I don't have it, but my wife does. And
Yeah.
So we'll look you up.
Okay.
And for sure she'll follow you and maybe you can follow her back.
Oh yeah,
That'd be
give me your
cool, yeah.
information. I'd be happy to
Yeah.
share
I
all your
think I'm
stuff.
gonna put them right on my other dresser,
Yep.
and I'm gonna let it stare right at me.
Nice.
Nice. All right.
They're good at keeping the monsters out of the closet and the monsters you don't want out front of your bed.
Awesome.
They're good at that. Would you be okay with me taking a picture of it?
Yeah. Oh, heck yeah,
And
man.
are you okay with me posting it on Facebook
Yeah.
and Instagram?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, totally.
Awesome.
Yeah. Here, you want to get in right here? Get here where you're.
He's
there
gonna
you
take the
go.
picture and we're gonna get it. I'm gonna get it in there with you.
Yeah, cool,
Okay.
man. Yeah.
Okay,
You want to
awesome.
get in between us here?
Yeah.
There you go, Kev. There you go.
Come over here, bud.
There you go.
All right, and 3, 2, 1, and go.
Nice.
All right, Kat, take good care of him, okay, man?
We'll
You gotta promise me, all right?
Okay.
Take good care of that Twillo. You should be with you for the rest of your life.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
Cool.
Thank you guys,
All right,
man.
see you guys.
Yeah, good luck.
Send me a link or a card so I can help you guys out.
Yeah, sure will.
Yeah, I'll do. Thanks.
Thanks.
Okay. He's gone. I'm gonna miss that. I'm gonna miss that fella. My little flame-shaped Twillo.
Yep. Both of the built-in both the built-in Dippy Doo Twillos got sold this
Yeah,
weekend.
I think it has something to. So with this little theme I was going with, I was kind of flame was kind of like the theme. So I was trying to like draw flame-themed Twillos. And I was thinking at some point of actually making one that looks like a flame, fire.
Oh,
and
that'd be
stuff.
cool.
I just didn't. I will. But yeah, that was kind of the shape theme I was going with for all my Twillos this go around was flame shape. You guys want to know the inspiration of where the design of a Twillo came from? I'm gonna tell you guys something kind of cool here. You know, my inspiration of drawing Twillos came from Bob's Burgers, and specifically the little girl that wears the costume all the time. Luis. How they're drawn, that long, doughy-looking body was what kind of inspired me to create my own doughy-looking character. And that's kind of where the drawing, the long design came from. So thanks, Bob.
Thanks, Bob's Burgers. Well, guys, it's been a great live stream. Been a great day so far. You guys got to see some fun rain action,
Have some drama right there.
right? Camera fell a few times. Man, we're just a train wreck, aren't we?
Yeah,
Charlie?
don't you love it? It's raw. It's unpracticed.
But
It's vulnerable.
yep,
You know,
it
it's
shows
real.
that it's real out
You're
here.
gonna hear us stutter. You're gonna hear us mispronounce things. You're gonna hear people say no to us. You're gonna hear people say yes to us. You're gonna see awkwardness. That's
Yep.
real.
That's all it is.
You know, showing you other artists out there that are thinking about doing this. This is a good way to go, but you gotta.
It's a grind.
It is a grind, but it's a good grind.
Yeah,
It's a grind for yourself.
Yeah, you know, on the weeks you go from work to work, back to work. You know, you just got to remember you're
Yeah.
doing it for something. So,
Yeah. Amen to that.
Well, I just want to say we finally broke over 500 subscribers.
What a fantastic weekend.
Great weekend, guys. First live streams.
So thankful. So thankful, guys.
I hope you guys like the fact that we're starting to do this. It's kind of just an idea that we decided to run with.
Hey y'all, how you doing? You guys, I'm doing good. Surviving the rain. Doing pretty good here, actually, all things considered. Yeah. Welcome to the Chubwagon Monster booth. Everything you see here is all based around my original idea of my comic book series, Chubwagon Monster.
Oh, that's so cool.
And it's an all monster comic book series about a god monster who created the entire universe. He gets tired of creating, so he reincarnates himself into a mortal-like monster to live on one of the planets he created. But in doing so, he dumbs himself down too much and forgets he created everything, and the book picks up from that idea and stands.
Oh, that is so cool.
And what's really neat is the planet that he emerges from. The planet already has all these monsters that have been evolving there for eons. So these monsters that discover him, they start to realize he's a lot more unique than everything else on the planet. And that's kind of how the story unfolds. Yeah, you're more than welcome to look at it if you want, if you're curious.
Other art show boys about one. Just great salesman.
Oh, okay.
So precious because he was telling us all sorts of stories.
Oh, nice. Where was that? Here at this show?
Yeah, he's just our neighbor. So
Oh, okay.
we're on this side, he's on that side.
Right, well, he's doing a good job. Yeah, we need to get my son out here to help you.
I know, my son sometimes, they come at the end of shows.
Yeah, that's kind of where he's at now. He's getting to where he wants to come out and do shows.
We're excellent with the kids.
Oh, nice.
At our studio.
Cool. So that's a Twillo. This is a species of monster from my comic book series that the characters are actually showing how to defend themselves because they're getting overhunted. And in the book, Twillos are getting hunted because the monsters are using them for the clothing. So it doesn't kill them, they do come back, but in the book they coalesce back into a little teeny tiny baby called a Dippy Doo, which is what these guys are over here. This is the larval form of the Twillo. And then over time they get bigger and they become a twit, which is a teenage form of a Twillo. And over time the body starts to grow out from the bottom, the face migrates down, the pointy part becomes the hood, and they become a full-size Twillo. And that's how they grow out in the comics.
Is this a Twillo?
So no, these are the Twillos up here. Yeah, you see them? Yeah, and they're all different. Every single Twillo I make, I never make another one like it ever again. Yeah, so if you pick one of those up, you are getting a original one-of-a-kind piece of artwork. And right now, I'm doing a special. If you pick up one of the full-size Twillos or one of my skateboards, I'm throwing in issue 1 for free because you need to know where everything came from. Those are my dueling daisies right there. Those are a pretty fascinating plant that grows in the world of Tetraphyta. They actually grow in pairs, and the flowers will actually headbutt each other all day long. You hear like knocking sounds throughout the world of Tetraphyta. Not yet.
Are these all Twillos?
Yeah, they're all Twillos. You're welcome to pick up any one you want there. They all have their own names. That's Grunch right there. Yeah, that's a nice one. I like the. I'm partial to the. They come in more earth tone colors in the book than they do in more wild berry colors. They're guaranteed for life too. So if you do pick one of these guys up, if anything comes apart, send them to me. I'll fix them for free. It might look a little different to go with the theme. That's never happened, but I want you to know.
Where do you live?
I live here in Estes. Yeah.
This one.
And that guy comes with issue 1 as well. So you'll get issue 1 if you pick up the Twillo. There's a trash can right there if you're looking for it.
We have nothing over on our
Oh yeah, they have them all over here. Well, I'm lucky. I have Tim hanging out. So.
Oh, that's so funny because I just kept going into the bathroom.
Yeah, I lucked out this time. If your booth's next to Tim, you get trash.
You get the trash.
Yes, convenience.
Convenience.
Tim's awesome. That's a Harlequin Twillo right there, where I've taken the pattern and I've actually reversed it. So all this has been stitched and it's then reversed with that. Yeah. So I call them Harlequins. Yeah, me too. I love that. So this is a really hard color to find. That bright neon orange and stuff. I've not been able to find it very easily in like the Egyptian cottons.
Yeah.
That's unicorn.
This one?
Yeah, that's a pretty rare colored one right there. There's both the turquoise and the pink. Not a commonly made pink burlap. So. Hey y'all, how you doing? Doing good.
What are these?
Same thing. These are more Twillos. They're just different shapes.
I like this one.
Yeah, that one's pretty cute. I like his face. He's a sweet pea. That's Manic Mac right there. The colors on him are pretty rare.
And there
Oh.
some painting. It's a good idea. I make birds and hang them, but I haven't thought of bringing a grid.
Yeah, the grid's nice. I'll be honest with you, like the grid is probably the most useful thing it shows.
Yeah,
It
that's
can be used in so many different ways.
at least bring bike tires.
Yeah.
Or things, so that's easier.
We've actually decided we need to get more.
Yeah,
They've become so like useful. We're like, we need more of these
they're
guys.
so versatile.
It is a good idea.
Yeah.
Make your choice. Do you want to think on it and walk back over?
And the cool thing about Twillos is they're good luck, and if you have a cat problem with them being on your bed, they're good at keeping the cats off the bed.
We don't have that issue.
So that's good.
I have a dog issue.
Okay. Shall I have that? How much would you give me if you were to divide that by two?
Nailed it right there. That's good math, you know? That's good math, man.
Did it faster than I did.
Yeah.
There you go.
Right. Do you want the comic sign?
Do you want him to sign it?
Thank you so much for the support, y'all. Take good care of them. I'd love to see where you post them or put them in your room.
And send him a picture.
Yeah.
Well, I guess it. Yeah, we'll leave the book in the bag. So
Okay. Very good.
excellent.
Awesome. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you guys.
Yeah. Enjoy the Twillo. Take good care of him, okay? All right. Bye. It was good talking to y'all.
Crazy day.
Yeah, I think we're getting kind of lowish on battery.
Yep.
Probably good time to wrap things up. Got about another hour and a half before the show ends. And we're going to have to start breaking down soon. So, thank you for coming to our third live stream. I think today was a little more interesting to watch with all the hail and the
That's
weather and
the-
seeing us have to figure things out in the right at the thick of the most
Right.
catastrophic part of the rain. So,
Man,
anyways, yeah,
if-
thanks, guys.
If that taught me anything, is that you never know what's going to happen during a live
Yeah.
stream.
Stay loose, boys and girls. Stay loose.
Yep.
All right, guys.
Like, subscribe.
And remember, Chubwagon Monsters rules.
That's right. Catch up with our shorts, and I think we'll see you guys next time. Like, subscribe, comment, share the show with all your friends and everyone you know.
Thanks.
We'll see you later.